Participants, I hope you are fine and doing well. Our today's lecture will be about the structure of basic class. It is important to know the basic parts of a or the main parts of a class because later we have to write real sentences and those sentences will require more information. And if we are not clear about the main parts, then perhaps we will not be able to add the information and we will not be able to express our concepts successfully. So it is very important to know the basic parts or the main parts of a basic structure, basic class structure. Participants, as I have already told you that our today's topic is structure of basic class and we will discuss main parts of basic class. Main parts of a basic class. Simply, we can divide a basic class into two parts. The first part is subject and the second part is predicate. Subject may be a single word noun or maybe a noun phrase. Similarly, predicate may be a single word verb or a phrase and it will do the function of predicate. For example, one of his friends called a doctor. In this sentence, one of his friends is noun phrase and it is doing the function of subject. And in the second example, that he was lying was obvious. And in this example, we can note that the subject is not a phrase, it is a subordinate clause. So these two examples show that subject may be in the form of a phrase, subject may be in the form of a subordinate clause. And next, we need to know what the semantic roles of a subject has to perform. Subject performs different semantic roles, and these roles of the subject depend upon the nature of the verb and the kind of the verb we use, then the role of the subject will depend upon the nature or the kind of the verb. For example, in the first example, Shaheen killed two birds. In this class, subject is playing the role of an actor or agent. In other words, subject is doing an action, a physical action, which can be visible. And in the second example, Nader heard two sweet songs. This example sentence is different from the above one because in this sentence, the verb heard is different. It can be understood. It cannot be visible. So this is non-action verb and here the role of the subject is of an experiencer. Here subject experiences something, but in the first example the subject performs something, do something. Next, it is also very important to be able to identify subject in the classes. It is important because we frequently include details to our basic class and if we are not able to identify the subject in the class, we will not be able to uh, control or manage the class. And if we are not able to do this, definitely we will not be able to express our concepts correctly as well as effectively. So for the identification of the subject, a few things can be done. Number one, with the subject's position, we can identify subject with the help of its usual position. It is usually present in the beginning of the sentence, and then later verb phrase comes or predicate comes, and usually it is in the beginning, so it is easy to identify it. And second thing we can do for identifying the subject is we can change the class into a declarative clause into an interrogative one. And if we change, definitely the auxiliary and the subject interchange their positions. Auxiliary moves to the initial position before the subject, and in this way, this exchange indicates that this part is subject. For example, the sun is stationary, the sun is subject, everybody can understand it, identify it, and is linking verb or be verb or auxiliary verb. And when we turn it into interrogative, definitely this verb moves to the initial position. And it shows that the area or the phrase which it with which it exchanges its position is subject. The in the second example, the boys played football. Similarly, we change it into interrogative by adding do sport or the verb did, auxiliary verb did, and again we can notice that the phrase or the word which follows this is subject. Another way to identify subject is with the help of interrogative tags. We add tags after the declarative sentences, and in the same way, we can notice that auxiliary is in the initial position and the subject is after it. And here, it is a subject and it is a pronoun for the noun, the sun. And in the next example, the boys played football. Tag is didn't they? Here, auxiliary is in the beginning and the subject is after it. And they is the pronoun for the subject, the boys. Next, with the help of person number properties of verb. It is very common knowledge that subject agrees, sorry, verb agrees to the number of subject. And it also shows that when a verb agrees with the subject, it helps us identify the subject. In this sentence, she goes, we have indicated that the number of the subject is indicated in the verb as well. And if the subject is single, then we add mark of singular subject with S or ES. They go for a walk daily. Here the subject is plural, then we do not add anything with the verb that shows that the verb is plural, subject is plural, and verb is also plural. Next, verb phrase as predicate. During previous slides, we were focusing on the subject area of the class, and now onward we'll uh, talk of verb phrase area or the predicate. In the first example, Naima purchased some books. Naima is subject and purchased some books is verb phrase or predicate. Next example, he is subject, is mayor of the town. The second is verb phrase or predicate. Next one, structure of verb phrase. Structure of verb phrase is not something simple. Uh, as we have shown in the previous slide, verb may be followed by object and other things can also follow the verb. But we have to understand the nature of the verb. In this area, we have to notice that the head verb may be auxiliary verb or a lexical verb. Ought is auxiliary verb, intend is lexical verb. And this will be followed by non-finite clause. And this is the complement of the head verb. This infinitival with to is the complement of ought. And in this example, this infinitival with to is complement of the head verb, that is intent. So in this way, when the verb changes, the non-finite class changes. Can is followed infinitival with out to, and help is lexical verb, and it is also followed by non-infinitival infinitival with out to. And in the next example, was is auxiliary verb and it is followed by gerund participle type of verb, and started is also followed by gerund participle type of verb. And in this example, was is followed by past participle and got is also followed by past participle. So we can notice that how the verbs behave in the sentences. Next, we have already discussed that the sentence or the clause, simple clause, has two parts. One is the subject and the other is verb phrase or predicate. Verb phrase or predicate may consist of or may comprise verb plus indirect object plus direct object. It means it depends upon the nature of the verb. If the verb licenses, if the verb takes one object, then one object will be placed here. And if it demands two, for example, the mother gave the child. If we simply give indirect object, then question arises, mother gave the child what? It means the verb is demanding another object, that is direct object. So the sentence will be complete The mother gave the child some biscuits. Similarly, in the next sentence, the father purchased the child some toys. Again, the purchased takes indirect object first and toys second. But as we discussed the rule of subject, that it could be agent or doer of action. Similarly, the indirect object also has different roles. In the first example, the child is recipient. It receives something. But in the second example, it is beneficiary. Beneficiary. It is beneficiary. It means the action of the father uh, brings benefit to the child. We need to note a few things more. No scope of complement addition to ditransitive verb. Ditransitive verb, that verb which takes or licenses two objects after it, indirect object and direct object. And here we cannot place complement for its objects. A verb can play various roles. Uh, it is very important because while we use English language in writing, we have to identify the status of the verb. We found a key. Here, the verb found is a simple verb which takes direct object after it, but we found her cooperative. Here, the verb is not ordinary verb. It generates complex predicate. And similarly, we found her a job. Again, the nature of this, the verb found is different in this sentence. So we have to notice that we have to keep this thing in mind, that verb is having different shapes, different uses in our sentences. And it should be there in our mind that when we are writing, we have to take care of the nature of the verb. Next, subtypes of complements. This point was discussed in the previous lectures as well. First, noun phrase, which is subject, and verb phrase, which is predicate. And in this example, Shaheen is a subject, was a hockey player. So in this sentence, a hockey player is subject complement. Subject, it is a subject complement because it completes the sense of Shaheen. It defines, it describes Shaheen, what sort of person Shaheen is. And in the second example, the officer praised the constable. Here, the constable is verb complement. This is not the officer. This is the complement of praised. Next one, subjective and objective predicate complements. In this example, the children became happy. This is the example of subject complement, and became is a linking verb, and happy is the uh, adjective for the children. This uh, complement or this adjective indicates the state of the children. He was a bold person. Again, was is a linking verb or be verb, and a bold person is the complement of he. And opposite to it, object predicate complement. Success made him happy. Here, happy is not for success. Happy is a complement for object, him. And the shopkeeper considered me a customer. Again, a customer is not for the shopkeeper. A customer is a complement which defines this object, me. Participants, I have read a lot of material about class and sentence and how to expand a simple class, how to join or connect different classes. But particularly for this lecture, I also uh, saw these sources, and at places some examples were also appropriated. Thank you, participants.